Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if you've just tuned in, you are just in time for the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting!
That's right. Now we are joined by Chef Clem, who is our foodie, and he is here to help you out with any of your culinary conundrums. So if you have a question, please call us on 021 110 552. Now, Chef Clem, we've been...
Our
okay. First phone call. Okay. This is Zoe speaking. Hello. Hi, this is the Culinary Hotline.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Is this Ryan?
Yes, it is.
Oh, Ryan, what is your question for Chef Clem?
So my question for Chef Clem is, I want to do sago pudding, but sago pudding you've got to put that white egg stuff on top, and I can't bear the smell of egg.
Okay.
What can I replace it with?
Okay, so what is an alternative? Thank you, Ryan, for your call. I'm going to hang up here because I'm sure he's watching us.
He's watching.
Now. So what can Ryan do to replace egg if he's making a sago pudding?
A sago pudding. Okay. So I understand that. I'm going to give you two tips. So the first one is, in general, if you don't like the flavor of egg and it smells eggy for you, if you add a pinch of turmeric to your egg, scrambled egg, if you're making, like if you're going to use it in sago pudding, it actually takes away that egginess. If you're not going to use egg inside a sago pudding, I'm gonna test this out. But in a recipe, you can substitute, like a cake, or if you're doing cupcakes, you can substitute apple sauce instead of eggs. I'm going to test it out with sago. I don't want you to flop your sago, but I'm going to test that out.
Okay.
Essentially, what the egg does is it binds the sago pudding. So you could create a corn flour slurry as well and try to pull it together. The texture is going to be slightly off, different, because it's a custard. Ryan, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to get back to you. That's actually a very good question.
Okay.
So essentially, we're going to try and create a vegan sago pudding.
Okay.
That's a recipe I'm trying to work out for you. But
Okay.
definitely, next time you do scrambled eggs, a little bit of turmeric in it, it's going to take that egginess away.
And I know a lot of people are sensitive to eggs, so thank you, Chef Clem. Now, what are we moving on to?
Right, so we got a question, and I'm forgetting the person's name now.
Okay,
And
let me look. I've got all the questions here in front of me. This is one from Nombulelo that says, morning family, I haven't been cooking much this past December. So now I want to cook, but I normally use crushed garlic. The problem is the expiration date was on the 5th of December. Can I still use it? It has been in the fridge and it looks fine, but I'm not sure. I am guilty of using things past its expiration date.
So crushed garlic, first of all, check the ingredient list on your crushed garlic. If you're buying it from Woolworths, it's just garlic. Some other brands be sneaky and they use turnips with garlic extract.
Okay.
If you're using crushed garlic, it oxidizes quite quickly. If you ever notice that when you chop garlic and you leave it out for a little bit, maybe changes color slightly, or the aroma fills your room, it oxidizes very quickly. So crushed garlic, if it says it's expiration date, perfect. Don't use it.
Don't use it.
However, if you get crushed garlic and you freeze it, which is what I like doing, you can keep it for forever. Forever,
ever. Okay, we got a question from Eric. Now, he's the one that asked on Facebook, I'm a fan of flatbread, but the problem is that I can't make it. Every time I try, it ends up being a disaster. So let's help Eric out.
3 ingredients: self-raising flour, yogurt, salt. Done.
For flatbread?
For flatbread. And I started mixing it already. So all you're gonna do is you take your yogurt, and I like using, don't use flavored yogurt. Don't use strawberry or Cape fruit. Use plain yogurt and use self-raising flour, and the reaction between the yogurt and the self-raising flour creates a bit of a puff and gives you that rise. And then salt. We like salt always, whatever you're baking.
Can you make it savory and add strawberry flavored yogurt and some strawberry fruit pieces to your flatbread?
Or if you're gonna make it sweet.
Yes,
yeah,
and a bit of like strawberry jam.
I mean, go crazy with it and go savory as well. Add a bit of chives, add a bit of chili, make it your own. Onion seeds are really great in the flatbread as well, because as the bread cooks, the onion seeds toast, the nice onion flavor going to your bread. So this is the base.
Okay.
And then you make it whatever you want it to be from there. Got it. Back on garlic, and I'll give you another tip on garlic.
Yes, please.
So if you have garlic and you buy it in the bulb and it's still got the little individual cloves on, and it's still got the paper on, all you have to do is leave it in a well-ventilated place in your home, and they'll actually last for months.
Okay.
Have you ever seen, if you travel a lot, you go to wine farms, you see they've got these little braids of garlic.
I always thought it was to keep the vampires away.
Keep the vampires away, number one. And number two, that ventilation keeps them looking beautiful and keeps them nice and fresh. So that's how you keep your garlic going for longer.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So then simply you're going to add that flatbread to the pan and boom, we are left with flatbread looking like that.
And this is, you can do it like in a naan shape, like with some garlic butter on it. In a dry pan now, you can do this on the braai grid. I went with mine very rustic now, but you can see the shape you get. You can make them into rounds. Also makes an amazing pizza base.
Okay.
And we like pizza.
And so 3 ingredients. I love the simplicity of the recipe.
Yes.
So all of these recipes are available on the Expresso Show website. That's expressoshow.com. Now, Chef Clem, we have another question that came through from Mona Lisa Ndumi. She asked
what a
on
name.
Facebook. Mona Lisa, it's beautiful.
I love it.
She asked, good morning team. I'd like to know, what does tomato paste do? What meals must I use it in? I feel like that is one set ingredient my mom always has in her house, is tomato paste.
And you know what? Good on your mom for always having... Okay, I'm going to leave this for a second. I need to talk about the tomato paste because I need to move over. Let me just move the pan off the heat so long. I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, tomato paste. Okay, so tomato paste. Let me talk about the difference between tomato paste, tomato puree, tomato passata, and tomatoes.
And then what's the one you get in the can?
You sometimes get the smaller can, flour hands. The smaller can is tomato puree, sorry, paste. The bigger can is tomato puree. There's a 2 difference. And then you also get tin tomatoes, which is the chopped one, or you get them whole, or you get the baby cherry tomatoes. It's not complicated, I promise you, but they all come in cans. Let's start from the top. We know what tomatoes are, and we use them fresh like this when they really are intense in flavor. You can use them, you'll get that beautiful tomato flavor coming through. One step down, tomato passata, which is those tomatoes blended, uncooked tomato sauce. Then you get tomato puree, which is tomato passata, which has been cooked, so a lot of the moisture come out, so it's intensified in flavor.
Okay.
Then you get tomato paste, which I believe everyone should have in their home. That's a concentration of tomato. Most of the moisture is gone, and it gives us umami.
Ooh, it gives you a good flavor.
It adds aroma and intensity to your dishes. So if you make a stew and you really want to make it nice and hearty, use tomato paste. Quick tip, if you're doing any tomato-based dish, it's always going to taste better tomorrow.
Oh, yes. I always love it when my mom makes the tomato stew. It always tastes better the next day.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, well, Chef Clem, thank you so much for joining us on the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting!
Oh, I just love saying that to get everyone to ting, ting, ting. Unfortunately, that's it for us this morning. We are done with the Culinary Hotline for today, but if you have any culinary questions, head on over to our Facebook page, ask those questions away, and next week you get to call us and be part of the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Can I do one thing quickly?
Yes.
Go on, ask us your question of what you want us to answer next week, but also, I want to hear kitchen catastrophes, okay? And we're going to read them out next week. I want to hear what happened in the kitchen, what went wrong, and we're going to read it out, okay? I'm excited about that.
That's going to be fun. I'm down for that because I have a few of my own. So head on over to our Facebook page. Let us know your kitchen catastrophes. We're going to tackle those next week with Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ding, ding, ding!